Hi guys, welcome back to the Book Vandal Shop. I have a journal to share with you today. I've actually had this one done for a while, but I just needed to sew the signatures in and I kind of let it slip my mind over the summer. So I did get this finished up so that I can share it with all of you. It will be for sale, and at the end of the video I'll give you the details on that, but for the moment let's get started. So this was created using Bo Bunny brand paper. It was their Willow and Sage line. So I had their paper and some different ephemera pieces, or embellishments, I guess I should say, embellishment pieces, and then bits and bobs of my own. So it is a soft cover journal, but it does have a little bit of shape to it because there is cardstock between the layers of fabric, so that does give it a little bit of stiffness and helps to keep its shape. It is 5 signatures. Let's see, I'll give you some measurements. We are around 2¼ inches thick, and then it is just your typical like 6 by 9 roughly standard sized journal. So, and it's like I said, it's a soft cover made with fabric. I did some fabric piecing here and gave it kind of a I don't know, a little bit of rustic. And then in sewing in the signatures, I did some beading there on the stitching to give that some little bling. And then we just have some little embellishments. And yeah, so that's the cover. Inside, a little denim pocket here, a little lace flower, and just a tag made from using some of the paper scraps. And then I did some gold embossing powder in the center of some of the flowers, just to give them a little bit of shine. And that is because there is a little bit of gold and shimmer to some of the papers. So I thought that'd be kind of fun to bring that in. And lots of trims on the edges. Very girly. It is a very, very feminine journal. So, and not I don't want to say it's not really vintagey. It's not grungy with the brown inks. This is a more of a brighter journal if you like that, more of that kind of style. So take time to laugh. It is music of the soul. That is some of Lisa's dyed wax paper, which it's very hard to get a hold of now. Kind of, I guess I could call it almost limited edition paper. It's a collector's item now. She does not make it very, very often. So if you have some of her paper, you should relish it. This is a writing journal. Now, I mean, it has some cutesy places in it here or there. But for the most part, this is a purely, writing journal. There are some pockets here, as you can see. I've used some book pages to decorate tags. So those go right in there. And then on each side we have some green paper. This is green paper that I've dyed. And a cutout flower. This is also paper that I've dyed. There's several sheets of dyed paper in here. There's some pink paper. That's one of the cards in the paper pad. Just lots of random papers for you to write on. I like a good variety of textures. Colors. So this one feels like it's hard to explain. kind of velvety, almost cloth-like feel to it. And then there's again the other half of the wax paper. Pocket here with an altered time card. And all of the book pages you see came out of a gardening book, so they fit the flower theme. There's some more dyed paper. And a little tiny tag. Just tuck that in there. That's another sheet of Lisa's dyed paper. There's another sheet of that other paper. I believe Judy gave me this paper. It's really soft. Green dyed paper. There's some more purple. Anyway. I'll try to flip through quickly. I've left the strings in the signatures long, so if you want to tie beads on them or, you know, glue some little paper on the end of them, or if you just want to cut them off shorter, that's completely up to you. There's a few tuck spots and pockets in it here or there, but it's definitely a journal. Tried not to make it plain. Maybe it just seems plain compared to some of my overdone ones. I don't know if you can see, some of these papers actually have like a doily effect to them. So I've skipped that on some. I can hear my husband outside hollering at the dog, telling her, get out of something. Hopefully she's not rolling in something stinky. Oh, that piece of paper, that was a marbled paper. It was a book page that either me or Dakota marbled in one of our paper marbling adventures. This is just an altered index card. It was a recipe card or something. I covered up what was there. And then there's an altered guest check or whatever they call it for taking restaurant orders. And then there's a little double pocket. And again, there's those strings there in the middle of the signatures. You can cut those off shorter if you want to. And so this paper that I have going this way, I don't know if you can see it. It has flowers, yellow flowers in the background, and it does have some lines. They don't show up very well on the camera. And there's just a tag. There's some of that doily effect dyed paper again. And then in this pocket I stuck one of these graph papers. It's a weird type of graph paper. I think Judy sent this to me. I don't know, it's kind of nifty. So I just put it in there since this journal has a lot of random papers in it. And then this is just an envelope that I made out of book pages from the gardening book that I was using. I lined it with the wax paper from Lisa and then sewed around the edges. So just made a little paper envelope. And then inside just a simple journal card. And I stamped that fern on there. I had a fern stamp in my collection, so it matched the papers that have ferns on them. And I obviously selected a book page out of the book that was about ferns. Got a little fern theme going there. Anyway, just tuck that in there. Just another journaling card, paper clipped on. More writing paper, lots of writing paper. Another journaling card. Coloring. This was a coloring page. There's a few of them I put in there. To me, they matched the flowers that are on this paper really well. So there's some more of that wax paper. Another paper marbling page. And then in this one, I have this large journaling card and a quote from Helen Keller down here. And I have a double tag here. This is dot grid paper. I don't know if you can see the dots on it. I couldn't even tell you how many pages are in this. I'll have to count them off camera, but I'll make sure I put it in the description box below. So this is one of the embellishments that I bought in an extra pack. There was like the paper pad, and then there were different embellishment packs you could buy and sticker packs and stuff. So, and I made sure anything that was adhesive, I glued down just so it won't work its way back up later. So that's just a piece of paper I had that had lines. I backed it with the book page that had ferns. And then again, just stamped a fern down here in the corner. And then this is the last signature, and it looks pretty much like all of the others. There's some dyed paper. This one's a little bit different. This page I did up. I have a little tag. There's my camera jumping in and out again. I'm sorry. This again is done with my phone. I've got a new camera coming, so I should have that soon, and hopefully we will get rid of the jumpy video. And then inside here I've cut some cards that had they were lined, but I don't know if it shows on camera. These have like a background image to them of, it's like leaves, and so there's a stem that comes up, and then there's leaves that go off, and you probably can't see it on camera, but it's in the background. And then this signature is much like all the others, just random papers, book page. There's a piece of mulberry paper, I think is what you call it. I don't know. Like a handmade paper, mulberry paper. I'm not sure what it's actually called. And here's another tag I made. Almost done. Oh, such a jumpy video. I'm sorry, guys. cannot wait till my new camera comes. I would actually use my old phone, the one I had right before this one, except for the reason I upgraded is because my sound went out of the other one, and so even when you're using it and just recording video, it makes loud noises, like the speaker's fried. There's a Victor Hugo quote, "Life is the flower for which love is the honey," and that is the last page. Oh, and I need to put my little book label in the back here. My Made by the BookVandalShop label. That goes in the back of all of them. Okay, and so that is that one. 5 signatures, 6 by 9. And I'll put the page count in the description box below. And then, as I promised, the details on when this will be available. This Sunday, July 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. That's New York time. So July 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, that it will be available for sale in my Etsy shop. And I will make sure I put a link in the description box for my Etsy shop. So, and I will also post on Instagram, the details in Instagram. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by and checking out this journal with me that I made many months ago. And just put the finishing touches on just now. So, been a while coming. But anyway, if you haven't already, please check out my new file folder journal series. Doing the Seaside Memories. It's a nice journal, a lot of fun, and you don't have to use the kit I'm using. You can use your own papers as well. But hopefully you can join us in that. All right, guys, take care. See you soon. Happy crafting. Bye.